So okay, so I see how it is. I see how oh my bad, my bad. I see how it is YouTube. I see how it is. My bad. I didn't know I couldn't react to Charlie Kirk, and I didn't know I couldn't react to Luis Miguel and sing my heart out to all the friends and the family in the chat, bro. Okay, sorry, bro. I didn't mean it. It had no feelings, no hard things attached, bro. Like I didn't know I couldn't speak. I didn't know I couldn't feed families. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, YouTube? Like I didn't know I couldn't not feed families. All right, so you're telling me I listened to a few Charlie Kirk songs, Luis Miguel, and now I'm out of here, bro. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? That ass? Is this what we're doing right now? So I give praise to Charlie. You know, we're just vibing on the stream, and then you take me out. Oh nah. Come on now, come on now, brother. Like you can't be doing this to me, bro. I dead ass. I just fed families with these clips, bro. Dead ass. And y'all get me out. I see how it is. I dead ass. I see how it is. Nah, it's chill, bro. I see how it is, bro. Dead ass. You know you have copyright. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. YouTube got a little sad at me that I started reacting to Charlie Kirk, bro. It's okay, bro. I get it. I get it, bro. It's chill. I get it, bro. It's chill, bro. Like dead ass. It's fine, bro. It's fine. Nah, but we didn't get copyright strike, just like the video taken down and shit. See, look, bro, it's like I was singing my heart out, Luis Miguel style, you know what I'm saying? I was feeding families with these clips, bro. And then, I started listening to, what I'm saying, Indian, Travis Scott, Fiend, and they got my ass out of here, bro. Like, come on now, brother. Come on now, brother. Like, we all family out here, bro. That us. Like, we all family out here, bro. That us. I see how it is, YouTube. Okay, I see how it is. All right, bro. No more music, bro. Well, let's do some reacts, bro. Let's do some reacts, bro. What should I react to, bro? See you later. All right, Doug. I'm catch you, bro. Um. Oh shit. Shoot, bro. Let's see. Videos. Oh, bro. You know what I want to watch? What's his name? I already watched this, but I want to watch like a whole another video. City of stars, are you shining just for me? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I like binge watched all this motherfucker's videos, bro. I should really like them. Bro, which one should I try to watch? And now our dreams have finally come true. City of stars, you never shine so Shimon. Alright, let's watch this, bro. Horrifying discoveries in Minecraft beta.
One plan, one price. Introducing Simplicity from Verizon.
Oh, turn this shit off, bro. Deadass. Let me lower this for y'all, like just a tad bit. Oh, what the fuck? Yo, last stream got copyrighted.
The clip you just saw comes from a channel called The Nick 56, a Minecraft beta channel that started off posting seemingly innocent Let's Play videos from 2011, but over time has turned into one of the creepiest and most sinister Minecraft mysteries on the internet. But to understand the story, we have to start at video 1, trying the new Minecraft update, Beta 1.5. This video is normal. As the title states, it's just a Let's Play video from Minecraft Beta 1.5. Our protagonist, who I'll call Nick, gathers various resources and builds a charming beta house for himself. The anomaly in this video comes 5 minutes and 10 seconds in. Nick is looking out onto the ice and he suddenly freezes. The footage isn't frozen, as evidenced by the movement of the water textures. It's just that Nick has suddenly become fixated on this spot. The video then resumes like nothing ever happened, but we get a weird note from Nick in the description.
Sorry about the pause in the middle. The batteries in my mouse died.
This seemingly explains the anomaly, but remember this spot on the ice as it's going to become very significant in the later videos. Though the strangest and most cryptic part of this video is the comments section. Nick's YouTube account left 2 comments on the video, console.//manifest and console.//logout. Even in isolation, these 2 comments are extremely odd, but they become far darker and more sinister when put in context with the other videos. Case in point, video number 2.
Oh, wait, first off, in the Minecraft alpha, you could punch sheep for their wool? What?
Making progress. We return to Nick in the dark. His house is expanded and we get a little tour of the land. Right away though, we catch a glimpse of something extremely strange. Did you notice it? Black textureless blocks on the ice. Recall that this is the exact spot on the ice that Nick's mouse died in the last video. Is it a coincidence? Almost definitely not. But Nick doesn't seem to notice the black blocks in this video as he pays them no attention. Coincidentally, while he looks out at the ice, the noises of the water below him go crazy for almost 20 seconds. Is this intentional?
Yo, let me ask y'all though, like, people in chat, bro, like, if you saw this shit in your Minecraft world, like, what are you doing that, like dead ass though? Like, are you just gonna start tweaking out? Bro, why am I lagging? Bro, I'm literally in my house. Holy shit. Nah, but let me ask though, like, people in chat, bro, like, if y'all seen this in y'all Minecraft world, like, what are you doing? I don't even know. I feel like I think I would be like this guy, be like hella ignorant to all the shit that's going on. I wouldn't even notice.
There's no way to tell. But Nick doesn't seem to care about the black blocks in this video as he pays them no attention besides a glance. Nick continues playing as normal, but this video has one more oddity before it ends. At 1 minute and 35 seconds, this happens. It may seem like nothing happened, and this is because the detail itself is very inconspicuous. Nick gets the benchmarking advancement. This isn't anything weird in isolation, but in context it's very strange, as advancements are meant to be rewarded the first time you do the task, and Nick has definitely crafted before. I mean, he did it in the last video. Yet in this video his crafting table is completely gone, and despite having this furnished house, the game says he hasn't crafted yet. So what's going on here? Nick also mentions this in the description. He's just as confused as we are. So while there aren't any jump scares, the small bulge of black blocks and the strange benchmarking interaction are definitely starting to make these videos eerie. And at long last, the piece starts crashing down and the horror ensues. This is video 3, Burgeon. From the first frame, we already get a ton of new information. This is Nick's desktop, and if it wasn't obvious from the wallpaper and Minecraft version, the date and time in the bottom right confirm that this is set in 2011. Putting this video in context, given that Nick called the first beta update new, we can assume that the first video takes place when the update first released, April 19th, 2011. Thus, the second video we just watched would be taking place at least a day later, as beta 1.5 was released April 20th, 2011, 4 days before what we're watching in Burgeon. And if you don't know what that means, by the way, I didn't either, so here's the definition: to grow rapidly. If you haven't yet connected the dots, something in the last video has absolutely grown rapidly. In the first few seconds of game footage, we get some strange details. 23 seconds in, the audio just cuts for some reason. Nick's door is also gone. Could be a remodeling choice, but it's just odd. But the creepiest part of the video is definitely here. Nick gets to his house, he takes a look out the window, and suddenly the few black blocks from before have turned into a sprawling mass outside on the ice. Something is horribly wrong with Nick's world.
Nah, bro,
Nick goes out onto the ice to investigate.
Bro, if I see some shit like this in my world, bro, like, like, I'm actually becoming, like, hella sus. I'm about to be hella fucking sus. Genuinely. Like, bro, you can't tell me that I would be in my Minecraft world, see black blocks, and be like, everything's alright. Nah, bro, something's fucking amiss. Deadass.
And we get this disturbing scene.
Damn, bro, YouTube ad. Shit.
Static plays across the screen and the video abruptly ends, but not before we get a glimpse of a strange string of text in the top right and the word hours in the bottom right. This string of text is a YouTube video link that leads to an unlisted video just titled Hours. And if you thought this last video was disturbing, just watch this one. Right off the bat, this video is completely unlike anything I've ever seen. If we're even still watching Nick, he has been warped into some other dimension, completely consumed by black blocks, surrounded by trees with very low-hanging leaves. The Minecraft version in the top left is unknown, and we catch a glimpse of a name tag, Hours, in the far corner. When our protagonist turns his head, there also seems to be a black figure flying, watching over the entire dimension.
I'm not gonna lie,
as
I'm
the
like
footage continues, there's a flash as the Hours character
like if I'm the protagonist in this scenario, like, and this shit deadass happened, bro, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Hey, Adrian, long time, how are you? What's up, Jay?
seemingly teleports.
We're just watching this video, Horrifying Discoveries in Minecraft Beta Footage by Weefies.
Behind us. Nick turns to him, but he doesn't react. The audio of the dimension is extremely creepy, but if you pay close attention, amidst the horrifying ambience, you can pick out some distinct buzzes.
Morse code?
This is Morse code, and throwing the audio into a spectrogram, we can clearly see the dots and dashes. The encoded message is simply hours, over and over
Barcelona
and
versus
over
Madrid?
and over for the entire video. But the whole dimension gets even creepier when the chat messages start coming in. They come from someone called Vil1. Are they the figure we saw in the sky? Maybe, but their nature isn't nearly as interesting as the messages they send.
Impossible. Why you? It took the others. But not you. Why? Forget this all. It must not know of this. A second chance.
This poses even more questions than answers. Who is it?
Okay.
Who are the others? A second chance
Stop
at
spamming,
what?
bro.
Before the end of the video, we can spot many more Hours players in the distance. The whole dimension is crawling with them. The video cuts to static again and ends, and we can see the words failure and return in the top right. The dialogue in this video reveals a ton about the lore of this series. We can begin to speculate that Nick, assuming the videos are sequential after the events of Burgeon, must have been transported here, and maybe he isn't the first. It may be that many players have been transported here by it before they were turned into the Hours players. Nick was somehow an exception, hence why Vil1 was surprised, but who is Vil1? Is he a player that was immune to its power? It's too early to tell for sure. Something else that's strange is Nick's very calm demeanor throughout the whole video. Yes, he interacts with the Hours people trying to figure out what they do, but the entire video he's just calmly wandering through the land as if it was all normal. Personally, if this happened to me, I would freak out and just look around without really exploring, but Nick seems to be very unbothered with the situation and content with just calmly moving forward. There's also another comment by Nick's account, console.// still observing, still noting. Another cryptic message from this quote-unquote console. What does it mean? Is it even Nick leaving these comments for us? What is this place? Who is Vil1 and who is it? There are far too many questions to answer right now, so to get some answers and solve this mystery, we have to watch video 5, Watching. This video's title is already strange. The / at the end of Watching is reminiscent of the console messages we've seen. While not as outlandish as the Hours video, this video is arguably even more important for revealing what on earth is going on here. From
Area 510. Area, give me your fucking booty. Hell nah. What's up, SA1F? We're just watching horrifying discoveries in Minecraft beta footage.
the date on Nick's computer, we can see this video takes place
So far, it's basically taking place in Minecraft beta, like kind of let's play, where this guy encounters like these black blocks and he was kind of transported into like this dark dimension of sorts where there's these people that are questioning why he's even there.
5 days after Burgeon. It begins with Nick communicating to us, the viewers, asking if anyone has seen this error message from Mojang. You'll see it in a few seconds. According to Nick, nobody else on the forums has gotten this error. This itself is important information. If Nick can't find any help, it either means that 1, he's the only one targeted by the corruption and by it, or 2, anyone else who was targeted was somehow silenced before they could report the bug. Nick complains to us a bit more that he can't get through Mojang support, but then reveals a crucial piece of information. This glitch has been happening since the crash on the 24th. The events of the Burgeon video did in fact happen on the 24th, but describing them as a crash is extremely strange. This brings into question the legitimacy of what we saw in the Hours video. Did Nick really experience all that? If so, why is he only calling it a crash? If not, and his game really just crashed after interacting with the black blocks, what on earth were we watching in Hours? He then finally pulls up the error for us to read in full, and the message is very unnerving.
Oh, another YouTube ad. Shoot, let me even see what my battery is at for this show. 60%. All right, let me get rid of this. Take this off.
Denied. Minecraft wasn't able to start because there is current action item in your Mojang account preventing you from accessing our services. Action item, suspicion of intrusion with malicious intent. Make a new Mojang account at minecraft.net or type download in the allotted space below and press enter to cleanse your account's history and start fresh. This will re-download Minecraft's latest version and Java runtime launcher. Due to the infraction on your account, we will be watching you closely.
This sounds a bit sinister, even for Mojang. Nick rambles to us for a little longer before finally deciding to cleanse his Minecraft account. We get a brief flashing message from the console.
The cleansing has begun.
before the window closes and a new folder appears on Nick's desktop. The README confirms that the cleansing was a success, and ominously that Nick is being watched. Nick closes out the text, and right before the launcher pops up, we see static with the message "not for you" in the bottom left corner. But what's even stranger than all of that is the new launcher that greets Nick after the cleansing. Right off the bat, the launcher labels itself as Minecraft Beta 1.503. Nothing really off until you realize this version of Minecraft doesn't exist. In the real Minecraft development timeline, it went 1.501, 1.502, 1.6. Minecraft Beta 1.503 never existed. Nick is playing a fabricated version of Minecraft. This is further supported by all the official Minecraft links being 404'd. The final
Yo, what's up, Jose? We're just watching horrifying discoveries in Minecraft beta footage by Weefies. So far, I mean, we're trying to figure out what's going on to bro. Right now, he's about to play a version of Minecraft that never existed. What happened? Bro, the feds got us copyright. Shit, let's keep watching though.
Login message is also very cryptic. It seems eerily personalized. This whole launcher seems very hastily thrown together, but if so, then by who and for what? I'm getting a hunch it isn't from Mojang. But to finally get some answers on what on earth is going on here, we need to watch video 6 B1.503 jar 00. It's worth noting that this isn't actually the original title of the video. From an old video by Indomitable Sloth discussing the ARG, we can see the original title of the video was B1.503 jar 33%. At the time, Nick also had 33 subscribers, so if we get him to 100 subscribers, will the jar be 100% complete? Well, I don't know about that, but what I do know is that if you are enjoying the video, then subscribing would be extremely appreciated. A lot of people watching.
Hey, with that being said, bro, for anybody new in the chat, man, consider subscribing. Anyways.
These videos aren't subscribed, so if you could consider subscribing, it would truly help out a ton, and tell me you want to see more of these types of videos. But thank you so much. The video begins with Nick in windowed mode before it transitions with some static into the gameplay. This version of Minecraft is off-putting to say the least. Ignoring the double beta in the top left, after Nick glances around, he opens a chest in front of him. The title of the chest reads Gift, and inside is a written book. The book is titled Cave Game Tutorial, and the author has just been cited as creator of Cave Game. You probably know, but Minecraft was originally called Cave Game when it was in development. But what you might not know is that written books weren't added to Minecraft until a year after this video was filmed, in Minecraft 1.3.1. This feature should not be here. This is verified when Nick tries to left click with the book. He hasn't ever seen this feature and he doesn't know how to interact with it. The book reads as follows.
This is 1.503, a new version of Cave Game. Please have fun and do not deal with matters that do not concern you.
Very ominous, and the second page isn't much better.
New game version that is made with of the over Cave Game versions from the error prone. Signed, the compiler of the current manifestation.
The more you read, the more this book descends into gibberish. You could technically interpret this line as made with some of the other Cave Game versions as if it was some twisted math joke, but the second symbol is lost on me. The author also signs the book the compiler of the current manifestation. There's that word again, manifestation. It doesn't seem like a coincidence that it would appear again, but who is the compiler? Why sign it so ominously? Nick opens his inventory and instantly the anomalies get worse. 3 things that are ridiculously out of place. The shield slot not added till 1.9, the recipe book not in the game till 1.12, and worst of all, the new layered Steve skin, a feature not in the game until 2022. What on earth is going on here? The date on Nick's computer leads us to believe that these videos were recorded in 2011. If that's the case, what's with this onslaught of yet to be added features? As Nick turns around, we catch a glimpse of a black figure on a hill. Is that it? Nick begins cutting down a tree and static, and in the bottom right, we can catch a glimpse of some text. Vil1 has left the manifestation, and just a bit later, we see the same area and the black figure is gone. That shadow was Vil1, and again, another anomaly. Another new feature of Minecraft, unlocked crafting recipes. Even Nick is startled by this pop-up, hovering over it as it isn't and shouldn't be something he's ever seen in Minecraft. Then the video just ends. What did we just watch? Did Vil1 leave Nick the error message and now he's really watching him? Is Vil1 the compiler of the manifestation? If so, why did he give Nick the book? And what even is the manifestation? Well, that last one seems
Bro, for anybody in chat, bro, did y'all ever play like Minecraft 9.1 when it first came out, bro? Or 1.9? Bro, when Minecraft 1.9 came out, bro, I remember I literally jumped out of my fucking chair, bro. I was so fucking excited because I had seen in the patch notes Elytras, new end cities and shit, bro. I was so fucking happy when the 1.9 update came out, bro. That shit literally was generational. That shit changed my life. Bro, that shit genuinely changed my life. Shit was crazy. Nah, anyways, let's continue though.
actually answerable. It's my hunch that the manifestation refers to fabricated versions of Minecraft. When whoever created this manifestation, they were making this cursed version of Minecraft for Nick to play. Why? Well, we don't know, but from the launchers and jumble of new features, it's clear this was a sloppily thrown together version of Minecraft. This video also has some more information in the description, a message from Nick to us.
This version
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it.
True,
Meet
bro.
Base 44,
I
a
was gonna say
complete AI.
but
of the game is very unrefined. I don't feel like it was intentional for the launcher to send me
What's
this
good,
version.
Samaya?
I have issues that I never had on my old world. Stuttering, black screens.
we're just watching some Minecraft right now. This is horrifying discoveries in Minecraft beta footage by Weefies. It's just pretty lit so far. It's been pretty cool. Right now, it's like he's in like a Minecraft version that doesn't actually ever exist and includes features from other versions that don't exist either yet. So, you're
Missing chunks. Hell,
You're-
even things breaking and moving when they aren't supposed to.
Nick is just as perplexed as we are. Interestingly, we don't ever see the other errors he was talking about in the video. That footage either doesn't exist or was for some reason omitted. What's also worth some discussion is the thumbnail of this video. All the other videos so far have had some pretty representative thumbnails, frames that exist in the actual video, but what is this? This is not a frame we see anywhere throughout Nick's video, yet it's an image we've seen before. It's Nick's profile picture. From what I can tell, this seems to be a screenshot of a cave system. You can see the strip mining branches near the bottom, but its significance in the context of this ARG is totally lost on me. What does this thumbnail represent? And back to original questions, why does this version of Minecraft even exist? Well, to finally confirm some of our theories, we need to watch video 7. Generating manifestation B1.503 is probably the only video that gives us more information externally than within the actual video. The title itself is intriguing. Generating manifestation B1.503. Supposedly, this means it's generating the version of Minecraft we saw Nick playing in the last video, beta 1.503. Does that mean that it canonically comes first in the timeline? Without dates, we can't know for sure. The video itself is lackluster. An ominous humming plays in the background before the word generating flashes on screen several times. Nothing really remarkable. It then goes black for half a minute before the video ends. The comments on this video give us some more information. One viewer asks Nick,
what happened to them? To the rest of them?
Nick responds,
Console.//gone. Error. Exec.
and then again comments,
Console.//user. Error.
The original question is weird, and Nick's response does little to clear it up. Console, gone, error, exception.
Bro, like,
this
I'm not
could
gonna
be
lie.
detailing a sequence of events.
bro, if I'm asking for questions, or if I'm asking for answers and some motherfucker says console gone, like I'm just like, bro, like what? Like this it seems so confusing, right? But if you put it in like the realm of like, of this world, it's like shit. I don't even know, bro. I would get sad. It's good, Samaya. Hey, you. It's good. We're just vibing right now, watching some Minecraft. If you heard me earlier.
The others in question might be in reference to the other players who have experienced the bugs we've seen, the players who were eventually corrupted into
You
the
like soccer?
Hours
Yeah, I fuck with
players.
soccer.
These players are now gone, an empty set, but there was an error, an exception to the rule, Nick. Nick is the exception to the corruption, the only one not to get converted by it, though I could just be pulling this out of thin air. Nick's second comment doesn't tell us much. Console user error? An error logging in? What is Nick trying to tell us? And wait a second, who even said this was Nick? It seems weird that Nick would communicate to us like this in a cryptic.
Who do you want to win the World Cup? I don't even know, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think there's a lot of fan favorites like France, Spain. Uh, Me personally, I'm Colombian, so I want Colombia to do really well. Argentina is also a big shot as well. If Messi wins a second World Cup in a row, holy shit, that would be fucking crazy. Genuinely. But I want Colombia to do well personally though.
Console command format. While it's likely him in the description of the videos, I have a hard time believing he would respond in weird ciphers. So who is uploading these videos to the channel and responding to comments? There's
My favorite pansexual streamer, Massive W's, bro. Alright, brother. Holy shit. We're just watching some Minecraft right now. This is horrifying discoveries in Minecraft beta footage by Wi-Fi's, bro. It's pretty good so far.
definitely a story here that's beginning to come together, and we just need one more puzzle piece to bring it all together. For that, we have to turn
Oh shit, chat. Give me 1 second, bro. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm getting a call real fast. Oh shit. Yo, can y'all hear me? Yo, can y'all hear me? Hello. Sorry, I was just talking to my family. It's cause I don't know. Well, I don't think I mentioned it on stream, but I am going on a trip in like a day, or not a day, in a week or so. So, they were just kind of planning how things are gonna work out with the trip. So that's kind of what's happening right now. So it's a whole bunch of stuff, man. My parents are a lot older. My sister got kids, and it's a whole different struggle, bro. Anyways, we're gonna continue reacting to this video, bro. Going to SeaWorld. No, bro. We're actually gonna go to. I think we're going to Las Vegas, bro. No cap. I think we're going to Las Vegas. I don't know if anybody in the chat is from that area, but yeah, I think we're going to Las Vegas. Yeah. I'm in Las Vegas type shit. Well, it's more like yeah, let's just chalk it down to Las Vegas. But it's gonna be there. It's gonna be in that kind of area, Utah, Nevada area-ish. Should be pretty lit. Will be long trip though. Thank you for being here, man. Y'all still in here? Yeah, all strivers, bro. Jay in here, certified LA, Jose back in here. Like, all y'all just have my stream on. Like, what the fuck? Y'all really fuck with me, dead ass. This may make a grown man cry, bro. Nah, I'm not gonna lie though. We gotta continue watching this video. Does anybody actually care about me like watching this video, bro? Like I'm having fun, bro, but like I peak viewers while I was fucking like just fucking away from the camera, bro. It's just crazy. Damn, you driving? Only 45-minute flight. Actually, I don't even know how long. How far is Texas from Nevada? Nevada, Texas. Flight time. It says 2 hours and 40 minutes to 3 hours and 15. So probably like a, yeah. Finally able to join your live. Said hello. What's good, Mr. Damn? What's good? Yo, today we are just going to be, what's it called? We're reacting to this little video. I was watching it earlier. I'm going to continue watching it. Yo, remember me, by the way? Of course, Mr. Damn. All right, let's continue watching, bro.
The video.
Oh, yeah. Just to catch up anybody that hasn't not been watching with me since earlier. We were watching horrifying discoveries in Minecraft beta footage by Weefies. Basically, what's happening right now is that there was this guy in his Minecraft world. He saw some like black blocks that were kind of like glitched in a sense. It got him into this weird kind of black dimension where everything is darked out. And there's like these entities in there that are like kind of questioning like, oh, like, why are you still here? Or how can you exist in this environment and stuff? And then he got put into this world that technically doesn't exist. And now he's like traversing it and or showing his experience now that he's kind of interacted with the world. Like creepypasta type. It's a Minecraft ARG. It's made by this guy Weefies. I really like his videos. If you have never heard of the have you ever heard of Searching for a World That Doesn't Exist? We can watch it after this, actually. But yeah, it's by the same guy.
8B 1.
Adrian, you won't go live for a few days? No, I'm still going to be live every day, bro. No cap. I'm going to be live every day. But probably, I'm probably, like I'm going to be on vacation. So it'll probably be, like, late night. And then just me, like, talking to chat, probably for, like, an hour.
0.503 jar 01.
Earn 100,000.
Weefies, I'm watching these ads for you, brother. He's a great detective. Yeah, me too. I like his videos. He's mad chill.
This video, like the previous, also had a different name at one point, Jar 99%. Why the change?
Yeah, watching that
we
night
might
scared
never
us.
know. Let's just take it at face value. The video takes place in the same messed up version as the other one, with Nick starting off the video leading his dog through the dead of night back home. And 15 seconds in, we catch a glimpse of some null blocks on the leaves of a tree. Despite the text in the top left, this is clearly not beta Minecraft. The textures are totally different, and there are just plenty of features that are completely out of place. Interestingly enough though, the
you find any
skeletons
entity?
use
I
the
don't
beta
know.
bow model, and the old
remember.
oof hurt noise still plays when Nick takes damage. Yet another version amalgamation. And just as Nick returns home, we get this. A distorted Minecraft screenshot flashes on screen with an ominous text. This confirms some of our earlier suspicions. It, or Vil, or someone has access to Nick's channel and is interfering with these videos, communicating directly to us, the viewer. By extension, why wouldn't they also have the power to reply in the comments? I mean, it's not like Nick would put this text in himself. When we return to the video though, the entire footage is
Old
corrupted
Minecraft
by
is a
RGB
pure
scan
nostalgia, but
lines
it's a
and all
bit
the
odd.
sounds
It
are
is.
horribly distorted.
just like,
Nick tries
I
to
don't know,
craft an
anything
iron axe and we
old
briefly
has like
see
a-
that it apparently does 9 attack damage and has
Anything old is like, it's nostalgic, but it does have like this creepy vibe. I don't know. It's like looking at dolls and shit, right? It's like old dolls, like they're like really back then, like it was cute, it was adorable, but now we look at it and it's like, ugh, like that shit's hella creepy.
1020.9 attack speed, clearly a corrupted value. A weird xylophone-esque tune plays as Nick walks around, suspiciously calm. If these corruptions are also present on his end, he clearly isn't showing it. We then catch a glimpse of Sweet Berries, another really new Minecraft feature, and 2 more looks at the corrupted null blocks before the video ends. This video
Oh yeah. So if you're a little confused, basically he's in a version, Minecraft beta 1.5_03, right? Technically, Minecraft never came out with this version. It went Minecraft beta 1.5, 1.5_02, and then it went straight into 1.6. So this technically doesn't exist, and this version is now an amalgamation of whole different other versions that have yet to existed either. Technically, this series takes place in 2011, so that's kind of why he's talking about like these weird textures and weird blocks and stuff.
Is odd. Very, very odd. Something worth noting that I briefly touched on is how unbothered Nick is through all of this. From what we can see, the corruption doesn't even look like it's present in Nick's game. At least there's no stress reflected in his behavior. Does he even see everything going wrong? Regardless, whoever made these versions of Minecraft made them hastily and somehow has features that won't be in the main game for essentially a decade. What's more, how did Nick even get his hands on this broken edition of Minecraft in the first place? Initially, it did seem as if he was playing normal Minecraft beta, yet along the way he must have gotten his hands on this corrupted copy.
Yeah.
The
I like
next
his
video,
storytelling.
Generated Manifestation B1.503, is potentially the most important video of them all. It seems to be a sequel for the generating video we saw earlier. The word generated slowly spells itself out on screen while we hear the noise of a computer whirring up in the background. And that's it. It spells out generated, then vanishes. But then the single-handedly most mysterious and important part of the The last upload on Nick's channel was this one. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. This title
Like,
is in
what was that?
hexadecimal. Translating it to English text, we get Data Leak 01. The background of this video is the weird world we saw in ours, while layered over it is a conversation between Vil1 and it.
Silicus, how much longer can the manifestation be held open?
It could collapse at any moment.
We can't risk having him here. His connections to the outside are menacious.
He sits in a limbo between us and them.
Create a new manifestation for the time being. Keep him distracted.
Understood.
I will need to figure out a more permanent solution to this blip.
This completely both confirms
What
and
the
overhauls
fuck?
some theories we've had about the story so far. We now know the identity of Vil1, Vilicus, or the Latin word for overseer, and he is directly working under it. This means that Vil is likely the figure we saw flying over the world of ours, overseeing that dimension. The manifestation that we hear it talk talk about are the corrupted versions of Minecraft Nick has been playing. We now know that Vil can create and generate these manifestations likely through the console, but over time they begin to collapse, as evidenced by the presence of null blocks. This also explains why they seem so hasty. Vil has to immediately generate a new manifestation whenever the current one begins to collapse. We also importantly learn that Nick is a threat to its operation. His connections to us, the viewer, makes him a liability. It's through Nick that we can see through its schemes, so it commands Vil to make another instance to keep Nick in limbo, and Vil does, ending the video with another console command, hinting at yet another corrupted manifestation to come in future videos. So what is the whole story being told here?
Sorry to interrupt, but this is important.
It, whatever he is quietly distributing a corrupted version of Minecraft. How it ended up in Nick's hands is a mystery, but maybe it was marketed as a free version of the game when in reality it was all a facade, a trick to convert more and more players into his minions or ours. What he wants to do with them is a mystery, though I doubt it could be anything good. A trick Nick fell for, managing to obtain this corrupted version of the game made by it, but as his manifestation collapsed, he was okay. He didn't become ours. He was an exception. Vil immediately notices this, evidently shocked that someone survived the nullification, as evidenced by his messages to Nick. It took all the others, but not him. Yet Vil doesn't turn him in. Instead, he says that it must not know of Nick's immunity. It seems like Vil might just be on our side, its right-hand man, but in reality frustrated with him, wanting to stop his operation for some reason or another, explaining why he gave Nick the gift of the book. He wants to help him. The nullification failed, so Nick is returned to another manifestation, as we can see from the static: failure, return, a second chance. A second chance to expose it to the world. And this gives us an answer to another one of our questions. Maybe it's Vil himself who is uploading these videos onto YouTube. It's clear that he knows how to operate the console, so these commands in the comments might just be him. He is uploading footage of Nick so that the world can see its schemes as they are, horrifying attempts to convert people into mindless hours players. But in all of this, there's one more mystery, one key that could solve the entire story once and for all, and tell us what its major plan is and how to stop him. And that key is this code that appears in the end of the generated video. This singular code is the final puzzle piece in solving the mystery. The description of the—
Wait, did you see that? The name tag? Sorry, I was texting right quick. Wait, what did the name tag say?
Generated video has a cipher, which when converted from hex translates to cave game generate, and a message.
Though it is not as it seems. The answer is correct, however it is also incorrect, perhaps a rearrangement?
And in the comments, another cipher, a Caesar cipher. Shifting all the letters 7 characters over gets us this: reorder .use. All of this combined tells us something crucial about the message in the video. There must be some way we can reorder and use it, some rearrangement that makes this code the key to solving the mystery. I spent tens of hours trying to decode this message, going through every cipher solver online, asking ChatGPT, even coding my own bot to try to unscramble the letters. Yet at the end of the day, I was only able to rearrange the characters to form this. Obviously, all of these are incorrect. I'm nearly positive that this message—
I guess this will also be associated with the government.
Is a re-scrambling. The characters there are sufficient to spell ours, Vil1, console, and HTTPS, www, and .com. Granted, there's no colon, but I'm almost sure this message is either a console command or a URL starting with www, a URL to a website that could finally top off this mystery and solve it for good, cracking the case wide open to what it is really doing, but I just can't solve it. Try trial and trial and trial again, I just couldn't get it. So I'm turning to the only place I can, the thing it is most afraid of. I'm turning to you, the audience, for help. Even if it's only once, copy the code in the first line of the description, plug it into a random letter scrambler, and generate. Leave your findings in the comments, even if it's just gibberish. There are hundreds of thousands of you watching, so just maybe, one of you will happen to crack the code. We haven't gotten an update from Nick's channel.
Holy shit. Okay, we have to watch part 2 now. Fuck it. Are you ready, bro? The code is cracked. Bro, are you ready to watch part 2, bro? Oh shit. Let's do it. Bro, I probably will get YouTube Premium one of these days, but not yet, bro.
February 6th, 2023, and a video is posted on YouTube by an account called the Nick56. It's a relatively innocuous let's play of Minecraft Beta 1.5, but unbeknownst to anyone watching at the time, this channel would spiral into one of the most complex and horrifying Minecraft mysteries on YouTube. But to understand the true horror of this YouTube channel, we have to start at the beginning. This video is actually a sequel to my previous video on the Nick56, and I really strongly recommend watching that one first and then coming back here if you haven't seen it, as it'll make everything in this video make way more sense. But if you need a refresher, here it is. The first few videos posted by the Nick56 account seem relatively innocent. They're just ordinary let's plays from 2011. However, in Nick's third video, he runs into some unnatural black blocks that after touching them, the video cuts to static. A secret message in this static was part of a YouTube URL to an unlisted video called Hours, and watching it showcases this eerie dimension consumed by the black blocks and filled with a bunch of black players also named Hours. In chat, we're introduced to Vil1, a character that seems to be in total shock that Nick is here, claiming that some entity, was able to capture all the others, but for some reason not capture Nick. It's unclear what exactly this means and what—
I was saying this earlier, but like, if some shit happened this to me, like, if there's some shit like this happened to me, bro, and I was playing Minecraft just one day, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I might just never play the game again. Or, bro, like, I'm low-key, like, I'm gonna, like, be consumed by the game, bro. I told you about the name tags. Are you talking about Vil1? Or what? Cause like, nah, shit, no.
whether Nick is actually experiencing this dimension though, because he seems very calm and doesn't talk to Vil1 in chat. In the following video, a new Minecraft launcher appears on Nick's desktop for a version of Minecraft that doesn't exist. The launcher is full of strange and creepy messages, and the game itself is far worse. Despite these videos being from 2011, Nick's game has features from future versions of Minecraft, some that wouldn't even be added for 10 years. Not to mention the mechanics and sometimes the videos themselves are highly corrupted. Throughout all of this, there are messages to a console in Nick's description and comments that don't seem to be from Nick himself. The final video on the account, which translates to data leak, reveals a conversation between the mysterious figures It and Vil1, or Vilicus. They reveal that these corrupted Minecraft versions are called manifestations that eventually fall apart, indicated by the presence of the black blocks. Their goal is to convert Nick into an Hours player like the one we saw before for some malicious reason, but we don't know exactly why just yet. But that's where the story abruptly ended. We were left with this data leak video and a cold trail with many questions about It and Vil1 that were left unanswered. Who are they? What are they? How do they capture Nick? And what are the Hours players for? These questions were unanswered until now, because since I uploaded my video, Nick's channel has not only rebranded the profile picture to the infamous console, but more importantly has released several new videos videos that advance this already horrifying mystery even further into darkness. The first video begins on Nick's desktop, and we can see that it was recorded May 9th, 2011. The last time we saw a date on Nick's computer, it was April 29th, 2011, so this video isn't too far into the future. Nick goes to open a file, readme.txt, in a folder for Mindgame Beta 1.504, the namesake of this video. What's immediately concerning, however, is that this version of Minecraft, well, Mindgame, doesn't exist, although this is nothing new for the versions in Nick's videos. We know from DataLeak 01 that this manifestation of Minecraft, Beta 1.504, was being created by Vil1, so it makes sense that it's shown up here now. What's more interesting though is the file that's right above it. It's a jar file for this version, which isn't that weird on its own, but notice the date that it was created, May 11th, 2011. That's a whole 2 days into the future. That shouldn't be possible. How does this file exist? But Nick gives us no time to speculate before he opens the readme.
Hello, the Nick56. New update to Cave Game. It has noticed that it has been some time since your last play session. Please come play more.
It's a brief text, and the message is clear. Come play more. At the bottom are 2 console messages, console.// and message, and console.// equals readme. We don't have to speculate too much about what these commands mean, they essentially spell it out for us. But notice the message says, it has noticed that it has been some time, not it has been noticed. This sentence is treating the it here as if it were a person, likely in reference to the creepy it entity that we know is pulling the strings of this whole operation. Nick closes the readme, clearly unfazed, and opens his own file, log.txt. Inside are entries summarizing what we've seen in previous videos. The first anomaly on the ice in Burgeon, no access to Mojang forums, and a mysterious Minecraft version. The fact that Minecraft is apparently blacklisted in his web browser confirms that whoever it is, they have access to Nick's whole computer, able to blacklist certain words and, as we've seen before, edit messages into Nick's videos. This one line though is extremely concerning. Apparently, after touching the black blocks for the first time, Nick blacked out in real life. How is that possible? It's as if encountering these black blocks can actually steal someone's soul in real life, implying that that's what really happened to all those other Hours players we've seen before. It also means that the Hours video was not from Nick's perspective. If he was blacked out on the floor, then who are we watching in the null dimension? There's honestly too many questions to answer immediately, so our only choice is to keep watching. Nick logs today's anomaly and opens the jar file in the folder. The screen cuts to static, and when it ends, we're met with a launcher. The launcher is very creepy. It has emitted characters and ominous messages telling Nick not to try to mess around with older versions. The official links are almost comically rewritten, and the login button is extremely direct. No need to log in, Nick. You're stuck here. It seems that Vil1 or it or whoever is behind these launchers has gotten far more impatient and far less subtle in their messages to Nick. Nick logs in regardless, and after another flash of static, he's met with the main menu.
Bro, imagine you open in a Minecraft and the first thing you see is the Minecraft addressing you. He's like, hello, X player. And you're just like fucking there like, fuck me, bruh. Holy shit.
And a new world. Immediately, we see a chest surrounded by redstone torches. Obviously not natural, but Nick seems more drawn to the donkey in the distance, though this makes sense given that donkeys will only be added to Minecraft a year from when this video was recorded, in August of 2012. Nick has, of course, never seen this mob before. He goes back to open the chest, which is called Cave Game Container. Inside is some paper and wooden tools, but all is not as it seems. If you assign dots to all the single papers and dashes to the lines of 2 paper, you get a secret message in Morse code. R-U-N. Run. This is a warning. However, Nick clearly can't read Morse code or just doesn't care, and instead calmly walks through the fields, encountering a house in the distance. We don't know if Nick built this or not.
Like, this motherfucker got the Morse code in the fucking paper, gang? Oh, hell nah.
Though given this is his first time opening the launcher and his inventory is empty, we can pretty safely assume that some other entity constructed this in the world before Nick. Though as Nick approaches, we notice something terrifying. Did you see it? In the far left of the screen, inside a cave, we can make out the silhouette of a black player watching Nick from afar. If you recall, a very similar incident occurred in one of Nick's last videos, where we saw a black figure watching him from the distance, only to learn that it was Vil1. Is this the same Vil1? We can't tell for sure. As Nick picks up an egg, he unlocks a new crafting recipe, something that won't be added to the game for several years. Nick enters the house to find a bed, and as he leaves, the video cuts to static and ends. But not before we see a message in the chat. For a singular frame before the video ends, we can see the words Vil1 has left the game, confirming that the silhouette we saw in the cave was yet again Vil1. There's also a comment from Nick's account on the video.
Console.// an illusion of error conceals orchestrated design, not evades notice. The observer and the one above remain vigilant, catching every subtlety. Console.// log out.
Given that Vilicus, Vil1's true name, translates from Latin to oversee.
Bro, wait, so all these messages that we've been getting in the description, it seems like they're all from that Vil1 person, bro.
Here, we can infer that this line about the observer and the one above refers to Vil1 and it. The first sentence is more cryptic, however. An illusion of error conceals orchestrated design. Is the error the black blocks we see in Nick's world, the out-of-place features and corrupted features? If so, this line would imply that these errors are the product of some sophisticated system. But what? What on earth are they talking about, and who even left this comment? It seems unlikely that Nick would have typed out anything like this, but given the comment starts and ends with a console command, it's likely that this comment is from Vil1 himself, something which we've seen him do in the past. Though knowing that doesn't really clear up any of our questions as to what it means. But what the attentive among you may have noticed was a series of secret codes hidden in the static interruptions in Nick's video. 3 short strings of text. On their own, these codes don't mean anything special, but arrange them in this order and tack on a YouTube prefix and you get a link to a secret unlisted video on Nick's account. Console.//playback321541.
You. Just you.
Oh my god,
building your
YouTube, bro. Now it's getting interesting. It dead ass is.
With some static, and following that we see some footage heavily corrupted by RGB scan lines. As the player leaves their house, we notice it's the exact same house that Nick found in the last video. But that's about where the similarities end. The hotbars are totally different, the location is completely different, and the textures are also indicative of a far newer version of Minecraft. We get some orange static, and then the player in the video does this. He swaps into his offhand. This is modern Minecraft, nothing like the beta we've seen Nick play in the past. So if this isn't Nick, then who are we watching here? 15 seconds in, we can catch a glimpse of something floating in the left of the player's screen, though it's too blurry for me to discern what it actually is. We quickly get interrupted by now white static, and the footage cuts to a cave. From the change in XP and inventory, it's evident that some time has passed. The video continues to corrupt with more and more static, but as the player arrives at a lava lake, we can catch a glimpse of a giant patch of null blocks. This is yet another manifestation, and when our protagonist takes notice, we get this horrifying scene. He attempts to mine the blocks, but when he does, the video cuts to static and we can hear a harrowing human scream get cut off. This text then types itself out at the end. What we just witnessed was the horror of a successful collection, a reaping by it, of a player named Deus Ex, another victim of the manifestations. This video confirms that Nick was not the only target of this operation. All those Hours players we've seen before were real people who suffered the same fate as Deus Ex. That's what was meant to happen to Nick, yet for some reason he was an exception. Makes you wonder why this name was chosen for our new character here. There's one one more thing to mention about this video though, that being the description. It's short and sweet.
It knows not of their constructs.
The line is a bit hand-wavy. Who doesn't know of whose constructs?
Bro,
are the constructs in question the manifestations, and in that case are they talking about the players who don't know of them? Though why would they be referring to the players as it? And obviously it goes without saying, but this likely isn't a message from Nick. Regardless, the addition of another victim adds a lot more questions to this mystery. When did this collection happen compared to Nick's collection? Was there anyone else whose soul was also taken by it? If not, why Nick and Deus Ex in particular? Well, to answer all that, we need to revisit something you might remember. If you watched the last video like I told you to, you probably remember the ending. There was one major loose end I just wasn't able to solve. A code that appeared at the end of one of Nick's videos. A code that upon release of my video remained unsolved. That is, until today. Discord user SomeByGirl noticed that one of the rescramblings that I jokingly put in my video was a Tumblr link. This link leads nowhere, but she found that if you swap the order of the words around to this, you would be met with a database of console logs from Vil1 and it. That's right, I was this close. The page contains 4 screenshots of conversations between Vil1 and it, as well as an image with some encoded text. Let's start off with the logs.
Vil1, data log.
There's honestly a lot to take in here, so take a look and scan it over while I hide the most important parts. This log is an interaction between Vil1 and the console. He logs in as Vilicus and inputs one of the single-handedly most important and intriguing lines of this whole mystery. Generate.mimicminecraft.date.earth, April 29th, 2011. The implication of this line is clear as it is sinister. Vil1 has some sort of system in place that allows him to create fake versions of the game based off of any date he wants. In this case, April 29th, 2011. This addresses one of the biggest mysteries of the series so far. What's with all the new and yet to be added features appearing in Minecraft beta? Well, if all of this is really taking place in 2024 and Vil1 is creating a simulation of Minecraft alpha, it makes sense that this system might bug out at times and add features not meant to be there. This gets rid of any time travel theories and perfectly explains the anomalies, but still leaves 2 crucial questions unaddressed. For one, consider the capture of Deus Ex we saw just minutes ago. That one was clearly not in Minecraft beta. If Vil1 has the power to create manifestations of modern versions, why even bother trying to craft a beta Minecraft for Nick? It seems far easier to just never have any anomalies that may alert Nick of something fishy. But this itself brings us to point number 2, the biggest flaw in this theory. What on earth is Nick thinking when this happens to him? I mean, think about it. If these videos really occur in 2024 and Vil1 is simulating beta Minecraft, how on earth is Nick buying it? Does he think that he's stuck in 2011? Surely not, right? The date on his computer can be changed, but you can't just fool a guy that's been living in 2024 that all of a sudden he's 13 years in the past. If Nick was living in 2024, he'd be so confused why he was playing beta Minecraft. It just doesn't make sense. As a result, the only plausible hypothesis is that these videos either must somehow really occur in 2011 and have access to all these new features, or if we discount time travel, then the only possible explanation is that for some terrifying reason, Nick must think that he's living 13 years in the past in 2011.
You got a clogged drain?
Bro, I don't give a fuck about the clogged drain, bro. Like, this motherfucker talking about the clogged drain.
More of the Tumblr post to read. According to the console, there isn't enough data to create stable manifestations. Vil1 tries to override this and proceed anyway, but gets another error. So instead, he types this.
Console.//subscribe.
Subscribe? Well, he's not wrong. If you're enjoying the video so far, then please
Alright, anyways, I mean, shameless plug myself. Y'all liking the reactions, bro. Consider subscribing, bro.
Consider subscribing. Watching this video, subscribe will already be so much closer. Subscribing more of this type of video, then please do consider subscribing. But thank you so much, and let's
Session terminated.
In an effort to generate the manifestation, Vil1 actually types this.
Datasets use users, Silly Serena, Yakato 12. Vortex skill, Deus Ex.
There's a familiar face, Deus Ex. Though we've never heard of any of them before in this series, we can assume that these are all Hours players, and Vil1 is using their consumed data to create a manifestation for Nick. Given that the next line says this data was used to create Beta 1.503, the first instance of weird versions we see in Nick's old videos, we now know that the Deus Ex incident occurred before everything we see on Nick's channel. But who are these other players? We have yet to encounter any of these names,
Silly
though
Serena,
luckily this
Yakuto,
isn't where the logs
Vortex
end.
skill.
Datalog 02 begins with an update. Beta 1.503 has experienced corruption. Null blocks have emerged. We get an estimate for the full corruption time, May 1st, 2011, 3:52 p.m. Despite this, Vil1 decides to proceed with the simulation anyway, and logs out. Datalog 03 is the final of the console logs. Once again, we see Vil1 attempt to generate a new manifestation, and again, there is an error when he tries to create it from scratch. So he resorts to the same method, using data from other users he's captured, though this time the names are different. We get 4 unique usernames, and Beta 1.504 is generated successfully. The final log is actually titled Vil1 Chat, and it reads as follows.
Villicus, it has been done.
It has, just as instructed.
I'm receiving errors. They are not like us. They can sense when things are not as they seem. The manifestation will not hold for much longer before it collapses. A permanent solution is required. The deviant must be dealt with.
What do you suggest?
We use him. It's the only way this can continue to exist.
It's almost certain that the obfuscated question marks are meant to be it. The deviant here is definitely Nick. He was unable to be captured by their initial plans, but the they in question might be referencing us, the viewers.
No, I don't think so.
We can tell that things are wrong, that these versions are not as they seem. Its solution to dealing with the viewers is even more interesting though, using Nick. Maybe he's implying that they use Nick to keep us distracted from their true plots, or maybe they need Nick to keep their system alive. We don't have enough information to be sure of anything just yet, but there's still one more post on this Tumblr, a picture. Brightening up the background reveals some weird imagery, but nothing that's necessarily informative. The text is obviously a cipher, and shifting all the characters by 15 with a basic Caesar gives us this message. You can take a second to read it and pause the video if you want, but the breach.
Wait, what? Have you heard he got diagnosed with ALS? Oh shit. Who is that? CJ2K? Oh, Chris Johnson? Oh shit. Says here, there's no ALS in my family. It was a speech generating device. My doctors believe my case was called sporadic ALS, which is how a vast majority of ALS cases happen. Shit, bro. Some crazy shit. So he used to be an NFL player. He's retired. Wow, the disease leads to muscle weakness and can cause deterioration in the body ability. Damn, bro. This is crazy, bro. Damn, bro. Yeah, that's pretty scary. I hope he's okay. We're going to continue watching, though. Bye, Adrian. See you, Mr. Dem.
They're describing could likely be what we saw in the Data Leak video being leaked, though one part of this is of interest. Domain 5 Cave Game, Locus 1325421231514. The locus of something is its particular position, its location. Domain 5, Locus 132, etc. seems to imply that this is the name, the description of the location of wherever this breach is. And notice that this isn't the first time we've seen see numbers in this form. Remember the unlisted video from earlier? Playback 321541? This is also a locust number, and given that this footage is of Deus Ex, maybe each 6-digit code corresponds to a given player's manifestation. Regardless, given this new information, it's very easy to start creating conspiracy theories. I mean, maybe Vil1 and it are aliens. Why else would they specify that the date belongs to Earth? Wouldn't it just be the date? And you know what? That would actually explain how they have access to technology that can capture your soul from Minecraft and make you black out in real life. If they're alien— No. Well, maybe, but theorizing can wait because there are still 2 videos left to watch. This is beta 1.504, 2 out of 4.
Oh my god. More YouTube ads.
The video, we already get 2 strange anomalies. A long line of null blocks on the far left, and weirdly a chicken laying an egg 6 blocks away from itself. It seems we're back to Nick here, and as he's walking back to his house, some strange music begins to play.
What the fuck? This shit is not in Minecraft, bro.
Also note that for some reason the screen has been stretched downwards to hide his hotbar. As Nick turns his head towards the corruption, we see that it's far worse than what we previously saw, spreading to an entire half of a giant tree. This manifestation is clearly collapsing.
Whoa.
Nick goes inside, and
really.
right as he turns
chilling.
towards a chest, static flashes on screen with some suspiciously enchanting table looking characters. Though given that this video from a totally different channel contains the same glitches used in Nick's video, and with these symbols included, it's likely these are meaningless artifacts that Nick didn't include himself. Nick unloads his items, goes back outside, and punches a spider eye at the wall a few times before the video ends. If you think Nick's behavior is weird or eerily calm, the description somewhat clears it up.
I haven't slept in days.
It's interesting that this sentence is in quotes though. I mean, it must come from Nick, but in that case, why quote himself? Is there someone else running these descriptions that's quoting Nick for us? Below, there's also a string of characters. On their own, these characters do nothing, but if you look back at the static we saw earlier, there's a hidden code inside some of the RGB flashes. Re-scrambling this whole message gives us an Imgur prefix, and tacking on the code in the description takes us to this image. The black hand in the bottom right and the conversation with the console tells us this image was captured by Vil1 himself, though the timing of the screenshot doesn't necessarily add up to what we were watching. Notice how you can almost make out glass windows in the front half of Nick's house, something we don't see at all from his perspective. But more interestingly, hidden in the top left is a Mediafire link, and following it leads us to a download, which in turn downloads a folder with 2 files inside of it, redhands.ogg and the jar file for beta Minecraft 1.504. Checking the properties of both files reveals they were created back in 2011, and playing redhands.ogg in MP3 form gives us the song we heard in the past video. But if we plug it into a spectrogram, there are a few more seconds of static that contain this hidden text. console.//warning, this manifestation is unstable. Please decompile. Following the instructions and decompiling the jar file, which is really just a renamed zip file, we get this message. Public class main, public static void, new security exception, you are not him, this gate is only for him and will only propagate for him. Whoever made this file is definitely protecting it from spying eyes, our eyes. It seems that this quote-unquote gate will only activate for him, whether that be Nick or it or Vil1 is a bit ambiguous, but we assume it's probably Nick. Though that's about where this lead terminates. These files are cool, but they seem to be a dead end. But luckily, there is one more video left to analyze, beta 1.504, 4 out of 4. The footage is interestingly now stretched to the right, though this oddity hardly compares to what we're about to see. Nick enters a new hut, a chest makes a door sound, and then this happens. For the first time on Nick's channel, the 2 main characters are finally interacting. Nick is aware of Vil1's presence. Their conversation proceeds as follows.
Hello?
This has never happened. Of the many taken, you are different.
What do you mean? Who are you? Hello?
For the first time, since my conception I feel fear.
This is one of the most momentous videos we've seen yet, though the conversation doesn't really tell us anything we don't already know. Well, if nothing else, it tells us that Vil1 is terrified of Nick's resistance to the corruption. Nick also confirms to us in the description that he is just as confused as we would assume him to be, but this isn't all. If you look into the comments, there's a message from the console.
Console.//message. A step forward often requires many steps back.
And deeper in the description, we can find a 3-letter string. In fact, going back like the comment advises, we find that planted in the description of older videos are more of these weird codes. Brute forcing the possible arrangements of characters, Discord user Skizik was able to find they unscrambled to a URL to one final unlisted video on Nick's channel, Vil1 Ocular Data 01. And this video is absolutely insane. The video is recorded in the same position we saw in the Imgur screenshot. This and the black and white hand make it pretty clear that this is Vil1's perspective, and in the top left of the screen, the version reveals that this is a special console edition of the game. Hilarious, I know. In front of us, we can see Nick building the structure we saw him standing in the last video, placing this video before what we just watched. And notably, something interesting that granted makes sense is that Vil1 appears to be in creative. But obviously, the elephant in the room, in the top right, we can see a giant black box. The console. This is what all those mentions have been referring to. We watch as while Nick builds his little storage silo, Vil1 communicates with it.
Miligus, your failure to contain him is most concerning. We cannot spare the data to create another manifestation. If this collapses, he will be free to roam. This alone could be enough to destroy everything. Get a hold of this, or there will be punishment.
I am watching him now.
Watching him isn't enough.
I am going to try to take him again.
Miligus, this is highly unsafe. There are rules to collecting data, and you know that. If you fail and we are revealed, this is it for us. There will be consequences. Miligus.
Console.//logout.
And the video ends. It's likely that right after this interaction, Vil1 tried to capture Nick as he said, but failed, and we got the interaction in the last public video. In their conversation, it seems kind of concerned about, quote, using more data to create another manifestation. And with that line, the pieces are finally falling into place. The reason that we saw Vil was trying so hard to create the manifestations without any data in the Tumblr posts, the reason the system didn't let him, and the reason they need to actually capture more players in the first place. Their whole system runs on player data. Every time they use the information of an hour's player, they can't just reuse that. Data is limited, meaning they have to capture the souls of more and more players to keep their system running. This also explains one of the cryptic quotes from It that we saw earlier. They need Nick's data for their system to exist. Their system must somehow run or depend on the data from collecting Nick. That's why they need to capture him so badly. It seems frantic, begging Vil1 to take Nick quickly, otherwise he'll find a way to communicate with us, the viewers, and shed light on their whole scheme. So Vil1 decides to try and hours corrupt Nick again despite its warnings. And as it feared, Vil1 was revealed to Nick. One more detail I want to point out that I didn't show is the background audio of this video. At 26 seconds, 28 seconds, 50 seconds, and 53 seconds, we hear the noise of a cat, a sheep, and a cat in that order. Cats, or ocelots, would have no reason to ever spawn outside a village or jungle, which we are pretty confident is nowhere near to Nick's house, which means that for some reason or another, these animal sounds are edited in. But why? What's really going on here? Well, from all the new information we've gathered across the new videos, we can draw a much clearer picture of what's happening to Nick. He's not the only victim of this corruption. Some malevolent entity known as It, with his right-hand man Vil1, are using a sophisticated system and console to create simulated versions of Minecraft and capturing the souls of real people to use as data to power their simulations. These manifestations can't last forever though, and eventually collapse as evidenced by the presence of null blocks in the world. From what we've seen, they've captured at least 7 players, but when they try to capture Nick, it fails. Over and over, they fail to get Nick for some unknown reason. He is an exception to their corruption. It is desperate to collect him. They need Nick for their scheme, but what's the end goal here? Well, I think I might have solved it.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match day spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo win. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible.
What if what we're watching here is some sort of matrix or simulation? I know that might seem unsatisfying, but hear me out here. If you really think about it for a second, the ability to capture the souls of players through the screen and turn them into data should not be possible. Nick blacks out when he touches the null blocks. Deus Ex screams in real life and gets corrupted. This technology should not be possible. It shouldn't exist. It's either alien or it's simulated. If you've ever watched The Matrix, you know, and spoiler alert if you haven't, that while millions of people think they're experiencing a normal life, their bodies are stuck inside pods that are hooked up to tubes, artificially stimulating their brains into imagining that what they see is actually real. And the kicker here? These people are all being used for electricity to power an evil artificial intelligence known as the Machine. What if this, a sort of matrix, is what Nick is actually living in? All these players that we see, including Nick, are in some sort of simulated reality, and it is an evil artificial intelligence that wants to feed off the power of their minds. With access to the system, it would have the ability to jack their brains and could make them think they're in 2011, 2024, or whatever it wants. And it uses Minecraft and these manifestations to capture their consciousness and use them as energy to keep growing. It would also make sense why all these manifestations are stored as files, a detail from the Tumblr posts I never really elaborated on. It seemed odd to me that seemingly Nick's entire existence was stored in a single file, but this would make sense if his consciousness was a simulation. It's all a digital world. And finally, Vil1 is its helper, but he's also a human. He types like a human, he speaks like one, and that's why he's helping us. And I'm not just pulling that out of nowhere. Vil1 gave Nick the secret message to run away in Morse code, and then later he directly refused its orders and tried to capture Nick, probably knowing it wouldn't work and trying to delay turning him into ours. Vil1 is pretending to be its right-hand man, but he's leaking to us, the viewers, game files, images, videos, and secret messages to help stop its evil schemes. Because think about it, how would he possibly get access to Vil1's POV if he wasn't trying to share it with us? It's because Vil1 can't bear to see these lives being taken and corrupted for any longer, and the reason he doesn't just refuse to help, well, maybe then it will take and corrupt his data as well. He has no choice except to pretend to cooperate. But one more thing that the attentive among you may have noticed is that something is actually amiss. Video 3 out of 4 is missing. It goes 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 4 out of 4. There's no 3 out of 4. Where is this video? Over the course of collecting clues, we've reached a few dead ends. Dead ends that I believe are the key to finding this hidden video and solving this mystery. For one, what are the locust numbers? Are they some sort of cipher? 2, are the captured players' names just random, or is there something more to this collection of 7 names? Sure, they look normal, but there could be more to them than meets the eye. And 3, the files. Yes, we got this cool jar file, but it doesn't take us anywhere or advance the story. What gives there? And there's the weird animal sounds in Vil1's video. I'm convinced that somewhere hidden among all these clues is a way to get the URL of video 3 out of 4. Some way to progress further and uncover its true motive and stop him for good before he can carry out his evil schemes. And that's where I ask you for help. I can't solve this mystery on my own, so if you've watched this far and you want to help solve the ARG, then join the Discord in the description, click into the Nick56 thread, read the pins, and get digging to find the missing video. Thank you to all the amazing members of the Discord that helped with the investigation thus far, and a special thank you to Skizik, Gouther, and Highlander Steve for organizing the majority of the effort. Only together, with your guys' help, can we actually crack this mystery and save Nick once and for all. But thank you so much for watching, peace out, have a good one, I'll see you next time.
HEB delivers your Texas favorites in as little as 2 hours.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit was crazy. That shit was actually crazy. Anyways, I think I'm out for tonight, bro. And streaming for like 5 hours or something like that. Total. Thank you for anybody that is watching. I appreciate it. I hope y'all continue to have a great rest of your night. I'm done today. I'm tired as fuck. I will go to sleep But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for watching. Let me get a W stream in the chat, bro. W stream. W fucking streams. It's been a great stream today. For those that don't know, we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate everybody that is subscribed. We're almost there. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Some kid named Declan. Yo, bro, I'm about to leave right now, but you can subscribe if you want. Anyways, have a great rest of your night, guys. I'll catch you. Peace, 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 peace. All right, bet. Peace, guys.